you want to do the intro?
Yeah.
Can you just get around the microphone closer? Thank you.
Like this?
Here we go. On the count 3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to a very special Balcony TV. Steve Van Zandt is on the balcony today. How are you doing, Steve?
Hello, Pauline. How are you?
I'm good. This is a real surprise.
Well,
Delighted to have you here.
I happen to be on the balcony, and you know.
You're hanging out.
Yeah.
Can I say hello now?
Hey, hi. Who are you?
I'm Tom.
Oh, hi, Tom. There's a lot of people on this balcony, Pauline.
You're very lucky to have the two of us in here.
Do you live here on this balcony?
We do. We all live here, yeah.
You and the pigeons? I like this.
So
Actually.
it's been a great tour with the E Street Band so far.
Not bad. Yeah.
Record performance in Dublin.
Yeah. We just did our longest show of the tour, actually. Yeah.
Brilliant.
By 10 minutes.
Brilliant. We won. Dublin won.
You won. Yeah. You won. Can I go home now?
Tell us about your record label, Wicked Cool Records.
We've been going about 2 years.
Great.
It's probably the worst time in history to start a label, so we jumped right in. You know, seriously, it's the biggest transition probably in history, actually. I mean, certainly since the album became the medium of choice, which was late 60s. And before that, the single became the medium of choice for teenagers somewhere in the mid-50s. Other than that, this is the biggest change ever, and nobody quite knows where we're going. But we really have a rock and roll media company,
Right.
in which records are one like division. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to have record companies anymore.
Right.
That's kind of over. Records are no longer the end product of a company's sort of. That's not their whole thing anymore. It can't be. So. The record now is a ticket to ride, really. It gets you into the game, and now you figure out how you can possibly make money, or in my case, fulfill my lifelong ambition to break even.
Most people would say that that making albums or making albums for sale, there's not really much of a point with the internet the way it is. Would you agree that it's back to live music, it's back to the performance, and that's why people are doing it? And that's how they'll make their money.
Well, rock and roll is, I mean, from the start, you got rock and roll really is two crafts. You know what I mean? And the live craft is first and should be first. You know what I mean? It hasn't been, I don't think, for the past 10, 15 years. I think, I did a whole speech about this at South by Southwest this year, talking about the crisis in craft and how we have lost a lot of the basics, in terms of writing songs and performing. So I think a lot of kids these last generation or two have been learning how to play in their rooms and on their balconies, and then going right to MySpace, you know what I mean, or going right to Facebook or whatever, and skipping the most important stage of your life, which is the club band stage,
Performing.
what we call club band or bar band stage,
So what's the label doing that's going to be different?
Well, we're real collaborative. We're like old school label. We actually get involved with the artists. We're not rubber stamping mediocrity and just putting it out.
And you're
know
signing
what I mean?
acts from all over the world.
Yeah, including here.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we have a group called the Urges from Dublin. They're just fantastic. We're just getting started, but basically within a year or so, the whole thing will make a transition to what's called the 360 model, which is going to be the future for everybody, if there is a future, which means you become a partner with the artist in everything they do.
Brilliant. And just tell us about your radio show, Little Steve's.
Well, the radio show,
Underground
the Little Steve's Underground Garage is now we just celebrated our 7th year, believe it or not.
That's
we're
massive.
it's doing very, very well. We're here on Dublin, on Dublin City FM, 103.2, 10 o'clock Saturday nights. We're almost every country now in Europe.
Yeah.
There's a couple of holdouts, which a couple may be coming in this week. We think we're going to get Austria this week nationally. We think we'll get Switzerland maybe this week nationally, and Paris looks like it might come in. We'll never get France nationally, but
You're the presenter, are you?
yeah, it's my show. 2 hours, 2 hours once a week. You know.
Rock and roll.
And yeah,
Yeah.
2 hours. It's all 60 years of rock and roll, basically, which has never been really done. You know, usually it's like oldies over here and new ones over there and hard. You know, it's consistent. Well, in my mind, anyway. It's the essence of rock and roll and the roots of rock and roll. So we'll do. We're the only format right now playing new rock and roll in the world.
Okay.
Tragically.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. There's a format for everything in America except rock and roll. Believe it or not. You can hear new hip hop. You can hear new pop. Even indie rock. You know.
Why do you think that is, though?
Oh, it's a longer discussion than probably we can have today. But I think it's part of our overall culture. It's not just music. Right. I think the corporate bottom line, the mergers, the establishment of this sort of only looking as far ahead as the next fiscal quarter type of society we've now established doesn't allow for development. It doesn't allow for personality. You know, so it's all being driven out of the business. And when you take away development, you take away personality and eccentricity, and that sort of up and down thing that artists really have. You know, one minute you're great, and next minute it's not so great. You're now eliminating what we all basically what enriches our lives. You know, and you get a very low sort of level of quality. It's extraordinarily mediocre, and it just sort of serves as a background music rather than inspiring us and being a part of our lives. You know, so we're trying to bring back a bit of the old school where, you know, we're involved with making sure the songs are great, making sure the arrangements are great, making sure that, you know, the production is great, making sure the band is great live. Those kind of basic things that used to exist all the time until the last 20 years or so. So that's the label, is sort of just taking that kind of attitude, like, let's actually make great records again with great groups, and, you know, and focus on the songs. Yeah, which begins with songwriting. You know, it really does, and it's a lost art. And again, just to finish the point, by not being a bar band, not being a club band, what is a bar band? Well, it's a band that does covers. It does other people's songs, right? You do your favorite people's songs. That's what makes the identity of your band, right? By the songs you choose. And eventually the identity of who you are by the songs you choose. And you analyze them. You pull them apart. You know, you put them back together. You know, you learn what the bass part is. You learn what the guitar part is, how the melody works with those chords. And by doing other people's songs, you learn how to write. You know? And that is not happening right now, you know? So that's why we're just drowning in this mediocrity.
Steve, I was going to say, what advice would you give to like bands starting out?
Well, exactly that. You know, learn, decide who you want to be. You know, what kind of band you want to be, and then learn a bunch of your favorite songs, and do a residency. You know, if you can, if it has anything to do with. I mean, we were all dance bands growing up. You know, and we really need to bring that back, I think. We're trying to get a TV show on, which will emphasize the fact that kids can dance to rock and roll, you know, which no one's seen in 35 years, really, you know. So we all grew up that way. The Beatles did it, the Rolling Stones did it, we did it. You know, your job was to make people dance. And when you have a purpose like that, it's very focused and very, there's a certain energy that comes from compelling people to dance that stays with you your whole career, you know. We still have it, you know what I mean? When you come and see us, that's why you get this energy rush. It's like we're pulling you out of your chairs and making you
Certainly
dance.
got plenty of those.
Right? You know, well, we had to. You know what I mean? Or else you didn't work. You were out. I mean, the same thing. And, you know, you can go ask Keith Richards. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing. Go ask Paul McCartney. He'll tell you the same thing. And that's kind of gone, you know. So we're hoping to bring that kind of thing back. But whether the people are dancing or just coming to see you on a regular basis, I think I would recommend a residency to everybody. A residency is where you find a little club or a bar, or, you know, depending on how old you are, wherever you can, and play there every week, you know, for however long you want to. But like, you know, we did a residency with Southside John and the Asbury Jukes for like a year or a year and a half or 2 years, I think it was. You know, the Stones were at the Richmond Hotel for a couple of years, in the Marquee and various places. The Beatles were in Hamburg, you know, doing six sets a night.
Elvis was in Vegas.
Tell us a bit your program in schools that you have developing at the moment, kind of rock and roll education.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Forever Foundation is our non-profit side. We are right now I divided the history of rock and roll into 40 chapters.
Brilliant.
And we have the best writers in America writing it right now. We're fundraising. We got about 2.5 million of the 10 million we need. So I gotta focus on it a bit more.
Yeah. It sounds like a great idea, though. It's really.
It is. It's nice. The board of directors is Bruce Springsteen and Bono and Martin Scorsese and myself, and you know, and we really have gotten the endorsement of the music teachers establishment there, you know. They don't endorse anything in America, so we actually have a shot, and a very good shot, of actually getting it into the curriculum, not just an after-school program.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah,
that would be incredible.
so yeah, I mean, it'll be
a landmark event.
historical. Yeah, it'll be very big. So, you know, if the fundraising keeps going well, by 2011 we could be doing a pilot program. You know, we'll see. Yeah, that's.
I get the sense that I'm not busy enough.
Yeah, you do a lot. How do you find time to?
I don't know.
And you're on tour as well.
It's all sort of connected, you know what I mean? I mean, other than the acting thing, which was just a fluke, you know.
Ever played on a rooftop before?
In the Let It Be tradition, I don't know about that. I gotta think about that one. Probably.
I bet you have.
Not on this stage. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, I think.
Well, thanks a million for coming up today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you up to the balcony.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And if I get better on the trumpet, can I join the E Street Band?
Absolutely.
If I can practice.
Everybody else has.
You give me a call? Great.
Do you need an upright bassist as well, just in case
Actually,
the bassist gets tired?
Gary plays upright bass. If you look at the back of the stage, there's one sitting there, actually. Right on stage. Next time you see us.
Just ready to get on.
Yeah, well, actually, in our band, you have to be related. You have to have, like, you know,
I can be related.
father-son sort of relationship.
All it is research to be related.
Oh.
I'll marry somebody.
Oh. We have our first marriage proposal of the day.
Well, thanks again. Brilliant to have you on.
My pleasure.
Thanks a million,
Absolutely.
Steve.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure.
Tune in tomorrow for some more Balcony TV.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
That was great. Thanks a million for that.
BalconyTV.